You are now listening to the voice of horror.
Lock your doors, bolt your windows, and turn off the lights. Make sure the kids are safe at home, cause you're headed to the Nightwatch zone.
You think it's over now? You're wrong.
All aboard the night train.
It's over, Prime.
This is the siege.
I'm a man of my word.
Hey. Yeah. Dead or alive, consider this home. No killing the vibe in the Nightwatch zone. Xenomorphs hype when the lights come on. Hit like and subscribe and the show might blow. Go viral, no COVID. It's a spiral emotions. Hand on the Bible. Only go sign on the dopest your vitals. Better tune in, yeah, you know it's vital. From Schwarzenegger to Kane Hodder. Corey G down to Harry Potter. Shit, Sigourney Weaver, love the Nightwatch zone. Come with me to the Nightwatch zone.
Well, there are two things a man should never run from, even if they cost him his life.
Welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are on a Thursday morning, back with a Thursday morning stream. Feels like it's been forever. I think it's been maybe 2 weeks. And yeah, hope you guys are doing well. Just to say hi to everyone in the chat. Thank you guys for stopping in. We got a couple of fun things we're going to be doing, an announcement, maybe a special guest. You never know, because that's how we do things around here. What's up, Val? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Jason's in the chat. What's going on? Good to see you. And let's see, who else do we have here? We've got Jamie's in the chat. What's going on? I'm here for the snacks. Okay, all right. I don't even have any snacks. What's up, Thorn? Good to see you. Hope you're doing good. Ginger Ninja's in the chat. What's going on? It's 12:40 a.m. Wow, man. That's dedication. All right. I hope you're going to be okay, man. Jeez. What's up, Melissa? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. All right. Well, hey, guys, sometimes when you're on a live stream, you never know what's going to happen. And sometimes you get a knock at the door, and that means that you have a special guest. So let me bring on my special guest. He's here. You guys know him. One of my best friends, an amazing person from Craving Something Scary. Here's Steven.
Hey, man.
What's up, man?
Thanks for that nice introduction. I appreciate that, buddy.
I try, man. How you doing?
I'm good, man. Thanks for the invite. It's always nice when we can connect and stream together on either of our channels. It's always a pleasure.
Right?
So
I know.
Good to be here, man. And hi to the chat. Hey, guys.
Yeah.
Hope everybody's having a great Thursday morning. And night, we're gonna have a twofer because think about it. So we got at the same time too. So 10 a.m. Central today. And guess what's happening tomorrow on my channel?
We're going to be hanging out and doing your watch party.
That's right. You and Coriander are coming over tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central, the same time. So I'm taking a note of everybody in the chat, and I'm writing you down. I know you can be here at 10 a.m., so you better be there tomorrow to watch Deadly Blessing with us.
Yes, absolutely, man. It's going to be a blast. I've been really enjoying the watch parties because we just get to hang out, relax, check out these movies, and of course, being Wes Craven month, it's fitting. It's fitting. It really, really is. And it's ironic that we're talking about it being Wes Craven month because, and I've been teasing this, and it's something that we had been trying to do for a little while here for us and obviously for the channel as well. And I know Ginger Ninja is staying up late. So let me just say this. There's multiple parts to this, but the first part of it that I wanted to announce today, because Coriander and I we kind of made it official, but in just a few weeks, and it seems like it's going to be here so quick, but in just a few weeks, we are going to be able to travel once again and to go to a special convention. Okay.
Ooh,
Now,
okay.
here's the best news for it. And I'm like sweating oh my God, I'm telling you. But here's the thing, and let me actually bring it up here. Um, we're going to be able to go to a special convention, and it's
Mhm,
something that we were really hoping to do. We wanted to be able to go back to Monster Mania this year, which we had gone
mhm,
to last year and had a blast, met so many cool people, made some really cool connections, which some of that you guys have seen come to fruition on the channel with some of the folks we've been able to talk to and
mhm.
interviews and so forth. So this is going to be really, really exciting. But anyways, it's the Terracon
Hmm,
that is going to be coming in September, September the 15th through the 17th. And
okay.
bro, as soon as we got the green light to do this,
I'm so
I
ready to
started
see this.
I
Yes.
started I started doing cartwheels. All right,
Okay.
so let's just get this out of the way, man. RET's Wes Craven month. Look who's going to be there, bro.
Oh,
Right?
royalty,
The
royalty.
royalty himself, the OG. And
Yes.
man, I'm telling you right now, and
Wow.
I know I've said this to you before, Stephen. Literally on my bucket list is getting the opportunity to meet Robert England.
Yeah, man.
Okay. So that's number one. But just as cool is Heather Langenkamp is going to be there too.
Heck yeah.
Like, and seriously, it's for me growing up when I did, this is just amazing stuff. And for me personally as a horror fan as well as Coriander, um, I'm having trouble talking about it, man. I'm having trouble talking about it. That's how
Yeah,
excited
I
we
get it.
are. And just to give some backstory, because obviously all you guys know this is live, so this is not scripted, you could tell. But we really didn't know if we could do this, and we're still really nervous to do this with everything that's going to go into making it happen, and the travel and all
Mhm.
this type of stuff. But we we just thought to ourselves, especially for me, you don't know when you get these opportunities, you know what I mean? And you want to take advantage of opportunities that you can take advantage of. And
Yep.
also for the channel, we had so much great response and people that were really digging our content that we had when we were down in New Jersey. And we've got even bigger plans for this con as far as doing content down there and with other people. That's a tease. I just want to put that out there, guys. There's some things in the works, um, and possibilities of another huge interview on site. So I
Nice.
wanted to put that out there, and I know, and especially for you guys that are here, the people that obviously are always with us. We appreciate you guys so much. Our channel members, we have a lot of channel members in the live chat, Patreon members as well, and obviously good friends of the channel. We have some really fun things lined up also that we think that you guys are going to really, really love. So, whew, I got that part out, Steven. So I guess
Good job.
everything's downhill from here. No, not really, but it's an amazing guest list. Just to go through this real quick, and for you guys in the
Yeah.
chat, I see you guys. We'll definitely be checking with you guys in a second. But Chris Sarandon from Fright Night, Ken Page, who was in The Nightmare Before Christmas, Lance Henriksen, who's also huge royalty for me. I know Jamie's in the chat, and she's probably wigging out because we've got some Twin Peaks stuff going on here. Ray Wise, Charlene
Love him.
Fenn. Yeah, the Crypt Keeper himself. It's really, really cool. And there's also more people, bro.
There
So
is.
listen, let me click this, pull this up.
There's one particular person I'm looking at. I don't know if you've met her before.
Who?
Danielle Harris.
Yeah, baby. I was just about to get
Oh,
yes.
sorry.
No. Hey, no, man. No problem at all, man, because I'm so excited too, man. Amanda Wise from the original Nightmare.
Yeah.
We've got Serena Vincent, Chandler Riggs. If you're a Walking Dead fan, they've got Walking Dead people there. And here we go, bro. Danielle Harris. So we're gonna get our Halloween representation. And Danielle is fantastic. I did get the pleasure of meeting her at New Jersey. She's fantastic. Derek Mears, Jason himself.
Yeah.
He's amazing. Scout's going to be there as well. I kind of was looking through the whole thing like tons of different times over the last couple weeks. But yeah, it's going to be cool, man. Kim Myers from Nightmare 2. So they're definitely having a big Nightmare rally because they got Mark Patton, Lisa Wilcox. I know Carrie, shout out to Carrie Crave Cinema. I know she's a huge Alice fan from the Nightmare movies and a big fan of Lisa Wilcox. And Carrie, all I gotta say is keep your schedule open when we're down there. That's all I'm gonna. I can't say no more. That's all I'm gonna say. And I know Carrie's probably working, but if she gets a chance to get this on replay, or Val, you'll probably pass it on to her. That's all I'm gonna say, man. That's all I'm gonna say. We're really excited to get down there. Mick Foley's gonna be there for wrestling fans. I mean, I used to be a huge wrestling fan back in the day. Monica Keena from Freddy vs. Jason. It's crazy, man. It's a lot of people that are gonna be down at this thing. There's Scout, Sean Patrick Flannery.
Yeah,
it's crazy, man. And I'm running through this real quick, but seriously. And of course, William Ragsdale from Fright Night. And I'm a huge Fright Night fan. So Fright Night is definitely going to be well represented. So, oh my gosh.
William Ragsdale too.
Yeah.
Bunch of like, is that like at least 3, isn't it?
Yep.
From Friday Night, I think.
Yep. Because Amanda Beers is going to be there too. Yeah. It's
very nice.
I'm so excited. It's and the thing of it is that, and for you guys, some of these guys in the live chat are watching the replay. Some of you guys are convention professionals. We aren't, but because of our experience from last year's convention, which we had a lot of fun, we did a lot. We were able to broadcast from down there, but we also learned a lot too. So we've got
VIP, like I said, baby.
Yes,
for Robert,
and that's
Robert,
what we got.
VIP.
We got it. We got it, man.
Dude, you're gonna get it now. You're guaranteed.
Listen, man, we waited in line for David Arquette last year. I don't even know how long. I took video of it. People saw us in the sun baking. There was a long line, but I promised Coriander, I said, one way or the other, I'm going to make sure next time we go, we're going to get the VIP.
Yes.
And she was like, okay. So now, like I said, you can imagine how much more money it was.
I was going to say,
I'm still nervous, man, because here's the thing, guys, and you guys know how we do this. We try to give you guys a bird's eye view, but we have lives too, and families and little ones and responsibilities. So, but like I said, it seemed like it was an opportunity that couldn't be passed up. And it also, in my eyes, I think it's going to be something very special for the channel and for our longtime subscribers and supporters, and also our channel members. So
yeah, man,
that was my reasoning. Whether it was super logical based upon life, we don't know yet, but we're gonna make it happen. So all right.
And you know what? That's in November, right? So
no, September.
Oh, it's next month.
Yes.
I thought November. Well, that's right around the
Yeah.
corner then. That's awesome.
Yes. Yes.
And
Yes,
it's in your
man.
back. It's in your back door. I mean, it's in your backyard.
Yeah, yeah.
Essentially.
Well, kinda,
No.
kinda.
Okay.
It's funny because we were talking to gosh, we were talking. I think it was Val and Jamie and Jen and a couple people
Hmm.
in a thread and talking about how distance is really weird because like even if you live in New York and you'd think that you're traveling somewhere else in New York that it wouldn't be too far,
Hmm.
but sometimes it's further to do that than to travel 2 states away. You know what I mean? Just for and as far as putting
True.
perspective to it.
That's a good
So,
point.
yeah, it's gonna be it's still gonna be a little bit of a situation, but like I
Hmm.
said, we are committed, we are punched in, and we just gotta go with it. Let it fly, man.
Let her rip.
So, let it rip.
Grip it and rip it, man. That's what
That's
I
right,
say.
man. Real quick, let me just jump to the chat. I know you guys have been having fun in there, so let me try to catch up. Let's see. Uh Oh, you guys are so sweet. Jason was saying he's excited about the announcement. Well, thank you. I hope that it was a good one, but it is, and I don't know, some people are just jumping in, but it is kind of half of what we're gonna hopefully have come to fruition. And the only reason I'm doing it like that is, and as Stephen, you know probably well as anyone, especially when you have the opportunity to talk to certain people, you want to make sure that it's pretty much cemented, before you
Mhm.
put that expectation out there.
Yes, very much.
Um, so yeah, but
That's right.
I got fingers crossed, man, and like Steven said, we're gonna let her rip. Oh, thanks, Val. She says, I don't know if it could top the JJC interview. I don't know, Val. I don't know. All I can say is let's see what happens. You know how I am.
I tell you,
Um
man. Listen, I'm chasing Heather Langenkamp
hmm
for a while, and
hmm
she's one that I would love to interview, man. If you if by some way you can land, she's like, I mean, she's royalty, man. Her and
Oh,
Robert are like
absolutely.
royalty, and it's. I mean, I don't ever expect to have them like on my channel ever, but you never
hmm
say never, man. Anything
Dude,
can happen.
yeah, yeah. I mean, you obviously you try to be a realist, but
Right.
there are so many possibilities, man, and that's
Hmm.
one thing that I've learned, um, in the last several months, and sometimes
True.
things don't work out because of scheduling, but sometimes you do build bridges that you never thought that you'd ever
Yeah.
be able to build. I mean,
Hmm.
at the end of the day, we're movie fans,
Yep.
and these folks that we get a chance to either talk to or even to get close to talking to,
Hmm.
these are icons in our eyes. These are
That's
people that
right.
we watched as young people, and just to even be in this situation to even think that you can to be, is a big
That's right.
thing to
It
me. So,
is.
and
It's a big
you
deal because I guarantee you, Knight. If we'd have talked to our younger selves a few years ago, and if you would have been like, "Hey, man, you know, there's going to be a new Halloween trilogy, and it's going to be the first two are going to be amazing. This third one's going to be debatable, but they're but one thing is really good is this dude James Hugh Courtney, the new
Mm,
Michael Myers, and you're going to talk to him on your channel in like 4 or 5 years,
yeah,
and it'd be like there's no. I mean, first of all, how's that even going to happen? Like the brain doesn't even compute
yeah,
how that's going to
yeah,
happen,
yep,
and so man, it just goes to show like you just don't ever you always keep your open mind
you
and
do.
do your very best to make things happen,
Hmm.
um, and then you let the chips fall.
Yeah, yeah, it's true, man. I mean, you just, I think, and I know you do it as well. You just try to do the best you can do. You try to be
Yeah,
positive.
that's
You
right.
work hard
Hmm.
and be patient. You have
That's
to be
it.
patient. It's tough, but
Hmm.
you have to be patient, and you just keep moving forward, whether
Yeah,
it's little steps or big strides or whatever,
that's right.
that's
And
that's how I look at it.
just keep taking the shots, right? Keep
Yeah.
taking the shots, man. I'm sending out average of 3 to 4 interview requests a day, and it's out of 20 requests, 25, I'll get one that says I'll do it. That's a win. That's huge, man. I mean,
Yep.
so, but you have to have a certain amount of resolve.
That's right.
Because you have to be able to deal with understanding the work, to study these folks, message them, send this stuff out, and then wait. And you may never hear back from any of them. That's the risk. You may hear from nobody. But when you do, though, and like when you've heard from people, and I've heard from, it's so fulfilling when that one person says, "I'll do it."
Yeah.
You're like, "Yes, let's go,"
Yeah.
But it's so rewarding. And to your point, we're fans. I mean, yeah, we're at the end of the day, we're fans of these movies that we're talking about.
That's right.
And like whether we have a stunt performer, a stunt double, or one of the cast members who's on screen as a main character, it all is meaningful and special.
That's right.
Because they made these movies come to life that we love. So it's an honor, man, to do what we do.
It is, man. And again, like you said, who would have ever thought, and we have a lot of content creators in the live chat and that, will watch the replay or either be in one of our streams. And, that's what I always say to people too, is that you just never know. You just have to put in your work. I mean, I know there are times you're up late at night, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the morning working on a video.
It's true, man.
Video, not videos. Right?
That's true,
One
man.
video,
Yeah.
and a lot of times people that don't do this, they don't see that type of commitment, because guess what you're not getting at 2, 3, 4, 5 in the morning? Sleep.
Exactly. Nope.
So again, you got to put in the work. And again, with our community, it's a really fantastic community. And also I want to say, because and I have a couple of content creator friends. Obviously you do too, Stephen, and some of them have gone through some tough moments. Trust me, I've gone through them. Stephen's gone through them, even currently going through them, and a lot of different things. You just got to keep moving. Just try to be true to yourself, be yourself. And that's all you can ask for, man. That's all you can ask for.
That's it. That's right, man.
Work hard, be yourself,
exactly
be patient.
Right. And be patient. And you've had this. I remember it was one of the Friday the 13th folks. I'm trying to remember who it was. Was it Deborah Voorhees? Maybe it was one of the foot that you interviewed, but it was like months in the making. Like trying to get it scheduled, and then like you had a yes, but to go from a yes to an actual date is it could be 3 or 4 months.
That's right.
To get that done, man.
That's right.
And you have to follow up. You have to make sure you stay in touch. They don't forget who you are, but it's a real rewarding thing when it finally happens, man.
It is, man.
It's all worth it when it happens,
It truly is, man. There's no doubt about it. And for you guys in the chat, you guys are so. Ginger Ninja says, "I want to get over there for one." Bro, you should. You really should, man.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on, Louis? Good to see you. All right. Very, very cool.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I'm going on the Sunday. Awesome. That's awesome. All right.
Cool.
Blucka's in the chat. These actors making bank from autographs and photos. They do. I mean, these conventions they've really become, and this is the other thing too, is that this is very centered, like, on horror. You've got things for sci-fi as well. But this is a chance, for these horror actors and actresses to really be amongst the fans, and for the fans to meet them and ask questions and take photos and this and that. And I think it's awesome, to be quite honest. I really, really do. I would have never thought. I mean, when we went to a con a couple years ago, we literally sat down with Kane Hodder and hung out with him for about 20 minutes, man. I mean, and it was
That's amazing.
and it was crazy, and we didn't ask that. He just said, "Hey, man, come on and sit down with me." And we sat down, me and Coriander, we're just hanging out with Jason himself, our favorite Jason. It's like, this is crazy, but the opportunity was there,
Yeah. You
Yes. Oh
take
my
it, man.
gosh.
You take it
Yeah.
and you embrace it and soak it up.
You do. You do. You really, really do. Um, and Jamie said, "You got VIP, nice night." Yeah, yeah. Very lucky, very lucky. And again, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
Telling you,
just
man,
woo.
it's really cool. And if you're able to get have your Heather and Robert,
Mhm.
man, that's really amazing, dude. I don't know if you're gonna have you thought about what you're gonna take, or are you just gonna purchase at the con? Or do you have some things in mind for signing or
Well, we've talked a lot about that because the one thing that we learned from the last one is you gotta be really flexible.
yeah.
So we've been trying to like scope out where it's being held and what's around it. Because in New Jersey, we were kind of lucky because, excuse me, we weren't that far from where the con was being held.
Mhm.
So we were able to, whatever we brought and whatever we purchased, we were able to kind of, maneuver it back and forth. So that was pretty easy. With this one, we don't know how easy that's going to be, but
Okay.
if it is easy, I definitely want to get at least one or two posters signed
Okay.
myself personally.
Yeah.
And I think Coriander has got a couple things she wants. She has a Freddy glove. And so I
Oh,
think that
nice.
that might be something that she wants to do. But again, we're still hammering that part of it down. But
Mhm.
we're definitely going to be so much more prepared than in New Jersey because I mean we were just I'm telling you, we did not expect the line from Matthew Lillard and David
Oh,
Arquette to be so crazily long. I mean, I'm
yeah.
talking, bro, hours. And it was
Yeah.
like, oh man, but we didn't have the VIP, you know.
That's
So
it, man.
that was the thing. And, obviously we got to do photos. We were in the room with Matthew. We were in with David and stuff like that. But it was at a cost, at a physical cost. You know what I mean? So this time we're much more prepared, and we've got, like I said, a couple things that we're planning to do that I did. You just don't always think about those things. You know what I mean?
No. No.
And I've had a couple people that have talked to me in even before New Jersey, and they were like, "Man, you guys should get a booth, and then that way you're actually
Mhm.
on the floor with everyone." And I said, "Well, that sounds like a good idea." And
That
so
is, dude.
who knows? Yeah,
Because then
so
you're on the same level as they are. We have a table.
that's right.
In other words, you can roam around
Yep,
because you're a talent,
that's
a
right.
guest. So
Yep,
you can walk amongst the other guests. You can go to the back. You can go to the places that the public can't get to.
that's right. Yep. Thanks, Craig.
So
Appreciate that. And
yeah,
hey, Dan, good to see you, Dan. You guys are all right, man. But yeah,
yeah,
it's like, whew. It's just crazy. It's just crazy, man. But I'm
it's exciting.
excited,
Yeah.
and I've been sitting on this for for days. And Coriander's just like, will you just tell them?
It's
It's
like
like,
middle August now. You're just like we're a month away. A month away.
yeah, I know. Hey, Denisha.
Hey,
Good night,
Anisha.
Ginger Ninja. Take it easy, man. I hope you're doing well.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, she
Funny.
was like, just tell them. I was like, okay, okay, all right. Yeah. But anyways, um, like I said, night, did it feel weird seeing Jake being taller than horror icons like Kane Hodder? Kane, well, actually, no, Kane was there. I don't know if Jake's taller than Kane though. I don't think he is. But either way, no, it was cool seeing Jake there though, man. It was
That is
really cool.
that is cool, man.
Yeah, Marcus was there, Jake,
Yeah.
my good buddy John Grande, Bobby from Bobby's Breakdowns.
Oh yeah, man.
So it was some really cool, so cool people there that we got a chance check out and so forth. What's up, Strange Monkey? My man, my brother. What's up? All right. And hey, Jack's in the chat. What's up, Jack? Good to see you. All right. Um all right. Oh man. You gotta love it.
I know.
So guys, first of all, I just wanted to get that out there, let you guys know there's a lot of things going on. Also for you guys that are channel members and Patreon members, and you guys know this, I always try to kind of go a little bit further with you guys and feed you guys in on even more behind the scenes stuff. So keep your eyes out, especially in the next day or two, for community posts that are only members only, and also for Patreon. You guys know what's up. Because there's a few more things I want to throw out to you guys, and something special that I want to try to do for you guys that help support us in ways that we just can't even believe. We're so humbled and appreciative of it because it's something that does not have to be done. And we understand that. Speaking of which, we do have some new channel members that have just recently joined, and I just wanted to say real quick, shout out to our good friend Karen from Ocean Chicks, and she joined just the other night, and she joined Steven because I think she was inspired by some of the little kind of goings on in the community that obviously we try to always rise above. But I just wanted to say it's appreciated, and it helps us to do things like what we're trying to do with this convention. There's so much that goes into that. So we wanted to really make sure that we said thank you to you guys. For any of you guys that are able to do that, we know that it's something that not many people can, and we understand that. We totally understand that. But for those who are able and those who do want to, it's absolutely amazing. So we thank you guys so very much. It's special. And of course, one of my great channel members, who's also one of my great friends, is right here on the panel with me. So thank you as well.
You're welcome,
because
my friend.
It's something that's not expected, and it's something that you never need to do to show that you support us, because we know you support us unconditionally. We love you for it. But thank you for doing that. And it really does make a difference, man. It helps us out, and it helps us to do more than we would be able to do without it. So
man, it's my pleasure. And I was gonna say, I'm one of those channel members, so it's like I never ask you to do something I don't do myself. So I'll say this, and Knight doesn't even know I was gonna say this at all. I know, it's just no clue. But I was gonna say, if you're in the chat today or watching on replay, and your name is not in green, and you don't have that amazing icon by your name indicating you're a channel member, this is the time to do it. All right, Knight's the hardest working man on YouTube, and I proudly support the Nightwatch Zone channel, and I'm encouraging you guys. You will not be sorry. Whatever level you join at, it's going to be amazing. You're going to get these inside stuff that, again, not everyone's going to see. You're going to get exclusive watch parties and streams that no one else can attend. It's really special stuff, guys. There's so much more. Advanced content, special posts. I'm telling you right now that you're not going to be sorry for becoming a channel member here. It's what makes you really feel sorry is if you can't. And I know that not everybody can. Like Knight said, we totally get it. But if you're able to, click that join button, take a look at the different levels, see which one fits you best. And I highly encourage you guys to become members of the Nightwatch. Because you are the Nightwatch if you're listening to this. So take it one step further and say, you know what? I'm going to support the Nightwatch, and I'm going to get these amazing perks because I want the inside scoop. And so I'm a channel member, so I'm not asking you to do something I don't do myself. So trust me, it's worth it. And I love getting these little exclusive messages from Unite that pops up. The members only. I'm like, ooh.
Sometimes I say to myself, I'm probably sending way too many of these because of like almost every day. Because JT, or I think it might have been Eric, Bearded Entertainment says, I always see Night sending messages like every day. There's a boop, boop, boop. It's like, well, I'm just like you said,
Hey, man.
we just work hard. We just
That's
try,
right.
Yeah.
That's right. So
Absolutely.
you guys, trust me. Trust me. It's if it's like renting a movie. It's like, just think about this. If you're gonna go rent a movie, you can, for that same amount of money, maybe $1 or $2 more, you could have entertainment for a month, not just 90 minutes of entertainment, a whole month of entertainment. It's
Right.
I'm telling you guys, listen, you won't be sorry. Just trust me on this. Do
Thanks,
it for a
man.
month, and I guarantee you're gonna stick around.
I appreciate that, man. You're all right, man.
Absolutely, buddy. Hey, man.
Yeah.
If I believe it, I say it, and
I
that's
know,
what
man.
I believe it.
I appreciate it. And Strange Monkey, thanks so much, man. I appreciate you. And Strange Monkey, obviously another great friend and an amazing content creator himself. And when I get the chance to build relationships with folks and they become friends, like
Mhm.
Strange Monkey or like yourself, and we all go through our things, and he was around when we had stuff that happened, and we had to kind of pivot and
Mhm.
just regain our steps. But I appreciate all you guys that have been around, especially that you've been around for so long and just being good friends. Though seriously, it's amazing. It truly
Yeah,
is.
absolutely.
All right. And hey, well, look at that.
There
We
you go.
have a channel member. All right. Jack
Hey.
has become a channel member. Thank you so much, Jack. We really appreciate it. It means a lot. I probably would get way too emotional to just tell you how much it really does help to keep the lights on. But we have a lot of fun. We've been doing a lot of great watch parties and hangouts lately. So definitely keep your eye open for that, especially on the community tab on the front page of the channel. And it's great because my good buddy Steven has been on a lot of those watch party panels,
Oh,
and we've been
yeah.
having a blast. So
Heck
thank you
yeah.
so much, Jack. We really appreciate you, man. And yeah, welcome to the party. We're gonna have to play a little clip, and I know Steven is hoping and praying I'm gonna play a specific one. So I can't let you down, bro. So Jack,
Nice.
this one's for you. Here we go.
Gotta work that ass for daddy.
Ooh,
There it is.
gotta work that for daddy. Gosh.
Every time I see him do anything, it's like I
Uh,
just think of the first time I played it and the laugh, the look on your face, it was just great, man. It was gold. It was absolutely gold.
yes, I just
Yeah.
I was stunned. I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I've never seen this before. Night, what am I watching right now?" It was wonderful.
Your eyes got bigger and
Yes.
bigger and bigger. It was great. Uh, but Jack, thank you so much for becoming a member. We appreciate it, and we'll be talking
Awesome.
to you soon in our special little exclusive hangouts and so forth, man.
Yeah.
Um, and speaking of channel members, Jamie's got a channel member anniversary. 6
Yay.
months.
That's
Wow.
amazing, Jamie. Rock on.
Jamie, thank you so much. That is awesome. And like I was mentioning earlier, Jamie is like the Twin Peaks fan, the greatest fan of all time. And thank you so much. Also, a great content creator herself. And she
Mhm.
says, speaking of being a member, woohoo, 6 months. I love it. Oh my
Well,
gosh.
Jamie's made a comment on, I think it was either the 10K stream or one of my streams just the other day.
Uh-huh.
And I'll never forget what she said. She said, basically, and I'm paraphrasing here, Jamie, so you course correct me if I'm wrong. But basically, the essential message was, I've been around YouTube for a long time, seen a lot of
Hmm.
content creators. And if I become a channel member,
Yes.
that is saying a lot. In other words, for her, that's her stamp of saying you're something special.
Yep.
Something
Yep.
to that effect, Jamie. And you said
Hmm.
that it really stuck out to me. And it was like, wow, that means a lot because she's a channel member on both of our channels, Night. And that's it's, again, we're in such a blessed position to be able to do this. And I know, Night, like myself, we don't take any of you for granted and at
Absolutely not.
all. And we never expect anything.
That's right.
And it's why it's so emotional when you guys step up and do these things.
Yeah.
Because it's not expected. It's like it's overwhelming sometimes, right? Because it's so touching. And so, Jamie, in the words of the immortal Night from the Nightwatch Zone, here we go, Night. You're all right.
Yeah, that was good. That was good, man.
That's about the best I can do it, man.
You probably did it better than me, man. Oh, man. But yeah, Jamie said that, and when she said that, and obviously I was on the panel with you celebrating your amazing mark for 10K, and obviously and way beyond we're going. But when I saw that, I was just thinking, wow, that is just so cool. I mean, and I know Jamie, enough to know that, yeah, that's very, very true. If she becomes a channel member, that's like, whoo,
It's a big deal.
Yeah, it is a big deal. And we really appreciate it. Jamie, you're all right. Seriously, you really are.
Jamie.
And
you.
May has a member anniversary as well. 3 months, been amazing. Thank you so much, Mayanne. She's saying, sorry I haven't been around. I'm on vacation with my family, but I love my Nightwatch Zone family. Night, you're literally the best person ever. Oh, geez, May. Thank you. Gosh, that's
telling you, man.
Thanks. I appreciate that. That's nice of you to say. Seriously.
I concur.
Man.
Yeah.
Wow. You guys, seriously. Thank you guys so much. I think, and Stephen, you've said it so eloquently on your channel too, as well as on the Lethal Collective. But these are things that really, they help to encourage content creators to go that extra mile, to stay up that extra hour late without sleep, to try to find a way to spend time with your family, but also get your work done for your channel. And wow, thank you so much.
It pours fuel into our tanks. And because with the grind, sometimes the tank gets low, and but you guys fill it up so quickly with your encouragement, and it's motivating. It really is.
It is. It is. It really, really is. Oh man. Wow. That's awesome. Jack says, I'll do one even better to thank you. I'll give you a shout out in my next film. Wow. Now that is amazing. Thank you so
There you go.
All right. Wow. Hey, look, when we were lucky enough, or at least this is how I look at it. I'm sure you look at it the same way, but when we were lucky enough to be featured in Jake's Red Right Hand, I was like, wow, that was so cool. So thank you. We appreciate that. That's very, very kind. Very, very kind. All right. Just to catch up a little bit more. Let's see. I know I'm way behind, guys, so I appreciate that. I'm apologize about that. But J Dub, what's going on? Good to see you.
Hey.
And Travis is in the chat as well.
Hey, Travis.
Good to see you, Travis. Hope you're doing well. All right. Jack says, sleep. What's that? I'm a single father. I don't know what sleep is. Right? Yes. Yes, exactly. Gary is singing the Night Warriors instead of the Dream Warriors. That is awesome. I love it. And maybe tonight you'll be joined. I like that.
And don't forget to use that technique with the mouth, man. Come on now.
Technique. Oh my God, man. Every time I even in my mind hear you talk about it, I'm just like, oh my God, it's just hilarious, man. Totally hilarious. Well, look, this is one thing I also wanted to do this morning just for fun. And Stephen, I know, I definitely want to be respectful of your time. So you just let me know if you got to get going or anything, but I do appreciate you hanging out here. But let me just back up for a second too. For you guys that have just come in, I'll just say this again. as part of our big announcement for the channel, that we are going to be traveling to TerraCon in mid-September. It is going to be a blast, and there is going to be just so many awesome people from there, from Fright Night and Walking Dead and Halloween, Friday 13th. But the big thing for me and also for Coriander is fans. Robert Englund will be there, Heather Langenkamp, Lisa Wilcox. It's going to be crazy. Amanda Weiss. There's going to be a huge representation of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. And we are hoping and praying that we can put together some really cool stuff while we are down there live and be able to broadcast multiple times. And so that was the announcement that we made earlier in the stream. And so just let you guys know they've just come in. And one thing I was thinking about, Steven, and you actually just messaged it to me, we should talk about the news for Scream, because when you texted me last night, let me just be totally transparent with everybody. Steven texted me last night at what was it, 10:30, 10:45?
It was really late.
He's like, Scream news just broke. I'm about to go live. Do you want to jump on the panel? And I'm like, what? And I'm like, I'm looking at and Coriander's like, what happened? What? And, we start talking and stuff like that. And I wish I could have jumped on with you, man. I really could have.
Oh, that's okay.
But how about if you'd like to start that conversation off? Because I've got some thoughts too, and I know obviously you do. I checked out some of it this morning when I woke up. But what do you think, man?
Okay, well, it's real interesting, and I could email you these if you want me to email you the actual attachments. I can. It's up to you. But I'll do that now while we're talking. So So basically, 2 weeks ago, actually, because Production Weekly. First, let me just kind of set for those who may not know. Production Weekly is the official trade publication for the film industry in Hollywood. So this is it's a very expensive. It's $75 a month to subscribe, a month. And what it is it has the official entries of movies that are in production, what the status is of them, and basically it's like, I hate to use the word the Bible, but for the film industry, that's the official publication. Let's put it that way. So, and I'm just sending it to you right now, and I just shot them to you. So 2 weeks ago, and it's the one dated 8/03. The first entry was put in for Scream 7, and it says feature film, Project X Entertainment, and then the status of it is active development. And it's got Christopher Landon, as director, what have you, and producers. That's all it said for 2 weeks ago. And so the new one that came out today has changed now, where it's instead of Project X, it's Blackmore CAD Productions in Montreal, the same address that they were at for 6. And now, Night, check this out. The status of that, instead of being active, it now says Q1 2024 to begin. So it's going to begin filming in the first quarter in Montreal again. And so there's several things to break down. That's the first part. Is that we're getting, as long as the strike cooperates, right, and it ends by January, then they're going to be, just as we talked about, Spyglass wants to go fast, and that's what they're going to do, man. They're going to film the first quarter. Okay, there you go. That's the first one. So that's 2 weeks ago. Project X active development is the status. And then you see the producers there. You notice Radio Silence Night is there.
Right.
Matt, Tyler, and Chad are attached as producers, as that was what was going around for a while. And the description at the bottom is that's not really going to be the description. That's like last year's. They'll change that later. But if you put the other one up now, look at these differences. If you put the one from today, it just came out today's issue. It's going to change to, look, now it's Blackmore CAD. Now you see status is instead of active development, it's Q1 in Montreal, and same producers, and that's nothing's changed there. We have the director, Landon, project manager, Daniel Leclerc. But if you look at, I'm going to do two things tonight. Then I'm just going to let it go, and I want to hear what you think about all this. At the very bottom, you see it says wrap is April 19th, 2024, and the working title is Blackbird for the movie. So that's what they're going to be filming under is Blackbird, not Blackmore like last year was Scream 6, remember, was Blackmore.
Right.
Now it's Blackbird. So what this is telling, production manager, that's right. So thank you, Jason. That's what I meant, production manager. So basically what this is telling us in a nutshell is that the plan as of right now is that filming will begin the first quarter of the year, and they'll finish by 19th of April. And then you've got 5 or 6 months of post-production. And guess when that puts us for a release date? If it follows the last two movies' timelines, we are looking at a Halloween, October 2024 release of Scream 7.
Wow.
Our first time. Never happened before at Halloween. Yeah. And one other observation, look what's glaringly missing. We've got producers, we've got a director.
We don't have a writer.
There's no writers on here yet.
That's right.
Very, very interesting to me that there's no writers yet.
Yeah, I mean, wow. And of course, we've talked about, we've talked about that as far as, obviously we really think they did some great stuff with Scream 5 and Scream 6, but there were also some missed opportunities, and there were some things that even as fans, even as big fans of the franchise, that we thought, this just isn't what it could have been. And I know that can be with any movie, and that could be any person that feels that about anything they watch. But, just looking at the opportunities that were there for the movies, and I won't go through all of them, but, we know what they are. But we talked about the idea of bringing in fresh writers or writers.
Yep.
And wow, I'm excited. I'm also kind of like shocked, a little giddy. So it's like, but this could be a great thing. This could really be a great thing. And with Christopher on board and what he can bring to the table, I think it's good news, put it that way. How do you look at it?
I think it is too, man. I mean, Christopher is a writer, as we know, very prolific. I mean, he's got about, I haven't counted him up, but just eyeballing his resume, at least I'm guessing around 10 films in Hollywood he's made and directed, written, some capacity. So he knows what he's doing. He's been there long enough. Thank you, Mayanne. And yes, God be the glory. Amen. Thank you, Mayanne.
Amen.
But I feel like, here's what I'm hoping, Knight. I'm hoping that the producers of this movie, if it is Project X, whoever's producing it, and I think it will be, take care, Jack.
Hi, Jack.
Whoever's producing it, I hope that they allow Christopher to have at least input, to have at least some say on the script. Let him look at it and let him make suggestions and changes if need be. Wouldn't it be wild, man, if they announce that Christopher is writing Scream 7 and directing it? Would that be crazy, dude?
It would be crazy. Oh my gosh.
Oh my
God. Do you think, I mean, do you think that that's what they are mulling over, that's what they're headed towards, trying to get it situated so that he will be the writer and the director? If you were to guess,
I say it's 50-50, honestly. I think it could be, The reason I say 50-50 is because remember the rumor that we had, and this filming schedule they're proposing makes me I believe it's true that they had a completed first draft. Remember that?
Yes.
And
Yep.
I was like, wow, okay. And it makes me almost think that that is a true statement, because if they have a completed first draft, then all they have to do now is make the final touches, tweaks. And if James and Guy wrote it, which from all of the indication is they did write that first draft. And last night on the stream, I had Eric on there and Chris from Discovering Montreal. We were talking, and I think it was Eric that brought this up, and it was a good point. Remember with Scream 3, Kevin Williamson wrote the original version where Stu's coming back. Remember, that was all done.
Yep.
They were going to film 3 weeks out. Everything changed with Columbine. We know the history. Well, remember, he was too busy to write another script.
Right.
He was moving on. He already was committed to projects.
That's right.
So they brought Aaron Krueger in, and because Wes also is a writer, Wes also co-wrote that movie. He didn't get a writing credit. He should have, but he had a big hand in the writing of Scream 3. So my point is this: what if the first draft came through from Guy and James, and they're like, you know what, we can't come back for revisions or whatever. Guy's off doing this stuff. The monster movie, he's whatever. Final Destination.
Yep.
What if it's one of those situations where they take the first draft and they say, Christopher, here you go. This is what we want to do, but you need to finish it out. You need to clean it up. And so then it would be James and Guy, and he would get a writing credit because he was the final script guy. What if I thought that was an interesting idea. I mean, we don't know, but it's something to think about, man.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility, likely possibility, actually. And I wouldn't have any issue with that at all.
I wouldn't either.
Because I think that, and don't get me wrong, with James and Guy, there were some things that I thought that were not done the way I would have wished it done, as far as the writing is concerned. But I still enjoyed the movies, right? But it just seemed like they just didn't hit that other level that was right there, especially with Scream 6, because they did so many great things in the movie. In my opinion, there were so many great things. It's almost like they learned from some of those mistakes in Scream 5, like character development and interaction.
Exactly.
I think they did a much better job in 6 than they did in 5. I mean, obviously we've talked about that ad nauseum, specifically Sam. I mean, good God, what an amazing comeback for a character, and allowed Melissa as an actress to really, get her hands dirty, figuratively as well, but so if Christopher comes in and polishes it up, gets the final draft situated and so forth, I think it could be great, man. I really do, if that's the way it goes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because Radio Silence, and we talked about this, dude, the other day. But Radio Silence, I look at them like they were like tacticians. Like they get the script, they put it on the screen, they bring it to life.
Right.
That's all, though. They don't touch the script. Whatever's there, they just film it.
Right.
That's what they did for 2 movies.
Yep.
And I think that with Christopher, it's different. You've got a real writer that's got a lot of movies under his belt.
Right.
So I think it would be a shame to silence the writer in him. To say, you know what, we only want you to be Radio Silence 2.0. You just, the writers are in this room, you're in the other building. They're going to give you the sheets, and that's what you go do. That's what the last 2 movies have been. Radio Silence said that. They had no clue what the story was going to be.
Right.
So I don't want that again, Knight. I think that hurt the movies.
Yeah. Well, I think when you have a director who has that experience and the capability
Yeah.
to change things up, to tighten them
Mhm.
up, change, on the fly. And of course, we just talked about a situation where it's not going to be on the fly. He actually
Yeah.
will just be coming in to do
Mhm.
that final draft. That's great. I mean, Wes, like you said, Wes did it.
Mhm.
You're talking about in Scream 3.
Yep.
Wes did it in so many movies. He did it in the original Scream. Remember David Arquette was talking about that scene,
That's
and
right.
it's so funny too, dude, because and I just rewatched Scream because we just did our we just did our Battle World
I
for
missed it.
Scream. Bro,
Oh.
bro, I don't know what to say. All I can say, shout out to Sarah, our good friend Sarah, and our good buddy Neil from Neon Black Reviews, because they were on two sides of the fences and
Oh.
they started the stream off with super chats that put the point totals higher than they've ever been. That's all I gotta say. But but it was fun either way. Both films are great. But in Scream, we were just watching it last
Mhm.
week, and that scene where Dewey is walking with Gail, and he
Yes.
says, do you know what the name of that constellation is? And she's
That's
like,
right.
oh no, what is it? He's like, well, I don't know. I was just asking you. And even little things like that,
Mhm.
it was a cool character moment because I love
Was.
Dewey,
Yep.
but that was not in the script. Kevin did
No,
not write that.
you did
Wes
not.
told David Arquette to do that.
Mhm.
Just the little things. Just the little
Exactly.
things. And for some people, they may overlook it, and that's fine. But for me, as a big fan of the film and of the character of Dewey, I was just like, that's so cool. He's just a cool guy. He's
Yeah.
relatable.
He
That
is.
was Wes. That was Wes Craven, quote unquote, on the fly writing,
Mhm.
or scripting, or
Incredible.
however you want to word it.
That's right. And,
Oh
and there's
man.
probably so many countless moments like that we don't even aren't even aware how much was Wes in some of those movies.
Yes.
And well, I can remember that Wes told the story like with Kevin would write the script, he'd get the script and it would say, like with Omar Epps' character in Scream 2, the opening,
Hmm.
Phil Stevens.
Yes.
It said on there, Phil goes to the bathroom, gets stabbed. Wes makes it scary. That's what he actually wrote that in there. And so
Yeah.
it just says he gets stabbed, not how, where, anything about
Right.
it. The whole idea of the wall, that was Wes's idea. It wasn't Kevin's idea.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's another example, man, of that was Wes Craven's writing to do
Hmm.
that kill the way he did it. And I've told you
Hmm.
this, I won't tell it again. I'm sure you've heard the story about
Hmm.
what inspired that kill. Remember
Yes.
that? Is
Yes.
somebody he knew and
Hmm.
actually in the mafia and all that stuff, and they were actually stabbed through the back of a chair
Hmm.
in real life. And he took that. He said, "Well, I want to put that into the movie. How can I do that? Oh, I've got a bathroom wall, so we're going to
Hmm.
make it work through the wall."
Yeah.
So, but see that if people just watch that, they'll think Kevin wrote that. Like
Hmm.
Kevin wrote there,
Hmm.
enters bathroom stall, here's talking. That's not even in a script. It just says he gets
Right.
stabbed.
Yep.
Wes makes it scary. That's
Absolutely.
incredible, man.
Absolutely fantastic stuff. And Wes, again, and I've enjoyed being able to, whenever I'm able to enjoy his movies, and obviously the celebration on your channel being Wes Craven month,
Yes,
honoring him, remembering him, and focusing just a little bit more than we usually do, because we
that's right.
do focus on his stuff, but even more so. And it's just been so much fun. And you realize what we miss,
Mhm.
and
You really do.
you just hope, and there are some young filmmakers that are definitely, moving in the direction
Mhm.
of greatness, and you
Yep.
just you just hope that they continue to do that, and continue to use Wes Craven as a fantastic example, because
Oof.
he truly was, man. But he definitely
Yes,
knew how to make a scene just so much more than what those words on a paper could ever be. It's crazy.
that's right.
Um,
It's true,
Real
man.
quick, in the chat, we've got some super chats coming in, man, and this is
Alright.
absolutely just not only amazing, but just so
Yeah.
humbling. Our good friend Val, the general herself, saying, "What a great way to start my Thursday off, hearing some great news for Night, hanging with some of my favorite people, Night, Craven, and my Nightwatch family." Val, thank you
Aw.
so much.
Thank you,
That is so
Val.
kind of you. You are all right, seriously. We appreciate you, and, uh, what more can I say, Val? Thank you so much, seriously. Amazing stuff. And by the way, Val, and I don't know if you had seen, but I absolutely loved your video when you were talking about the connection and the obsession between Dr. Loomis and Dr. Sartain. I watched that video twice. It was
Dude,
so
I
cool.
gotta watch that Night. I hadn't seen that one yet.
Yes. Yes. And I probably rambled in the comment I left for her, but you know how it is. You're writing and you're thinking at the same time. And I was like, I watched it twice. This is so awesome. And and I think that the connection between them is but she did such a great job on that. And it was such just a fantastic thing to listen to because obviously I'm such a big fan of the mythology behind the characters. I'm not even really talking about the movies, but what the characters represent, and Val is too. So amazing stuff, Val.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
I'm gonna check
Um,
that video out, man. I need to see that.
yeah, man, it was so much fun.
Mhm.
Like I said, man, I watched it and then I, absorbed it. And I was like, man, I gotta watch that again, because she has her images up as she's doing her
Yeah.
voiceover and stuff, and it was just very nicely done. Her work is really good. So
Oh, yeah, Val's
yeah,
awesome. Be
yeah,
sure you guys are subscribed to Val's Views if you haven't done so. She is
absolutely. If you haven't,
man,
what are you
what are you
doing?
doing? That's right.
Right?
She is a true pillar of our community, and, um,
No doubt
golly,
about
man,
that.
I mean, yeah, she's such a supporter and encourager, at a friendship level and a channel
Yes.
level. I mean, it's all the whole 9 yards. She's the genuine article, as they say, Knight.
Yep. It's true, man. I mean,
No.
and it's so funny because it's another example of you never know what type of blessing you get from day to day. And I'll never forget when I
Yeah.
first started to have interactions with her on the channel. And I think she had seen, Val, you can always correct me if I'm wrong, but I think she had seen a video that I was talking about. It was something that was Halloween related, but it was one of the videos where I was just like, "Wow, I'm so shocked that that's what drew a
Mm.
subscriber in, like she was drawn in." I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
obviously, I love doing whatever I do, but there are sometimes when I'm like, "Wow, that really touched you that way. That's awesome." It's
That is
because
awesome.
we're just fans talking. But
Exactly,
anyways,
man.
and now look, just a wonderful community. Like you said, she's a pillar of
Mm.
the community, and she's doing her own content, which is amazing. And it's always great to see that. So, anyways, we're just lucky, man. We really, really are.
Truly
Um,
blessed. Yep.
Truly blessed, man. There's no doubt about that. Sir James coming in. What's going on, Sir James? Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing good out in
Hey,
LA.
morning.
Saying, I know it's Hollywood cash cow politics, but I would wait 2 years, then see what happens for Scream and
Mm,
like Blumhouse Halloween oversaturated. I'd rather have quality over
yeah.
quantity. That's a good point. I
Mhm.
absolutely agree. And we talked about this too, Stephen.
We
We
did.
said we didn't want them to rush.
Mm-mm.
We want to make sure that they get a good story, which of course, and again, if James and Guy are still going to be the writers, it is what it is.
Yep.
They could come up with something that's great. Who knows?
Mhm.
But we didn't want them to rush.
No,
We wanted them to take their time and try to give us a good story. And that's true for any film, in my
sure.
opinion, like what James is saying here. Definitely, I'd rather have quality over quantity.
Well, look at Jordan Peele as an example. He'll
Hmm.
put one movie out every 3 years, 4 years, or something like 3 years.
Right.
He takes his time, and look at the
Right.
result. They're
Mhm.
masterpieces in their own right.
Mhm.
And, you
Good
know,
point.
um, and I understand, and he makes a good point. Yeah, it's all about the money. The studio's like, "Oh my gosh, how long can we ride this wave? We gotta get it out, get it out, get it out. We wanna have another 160 mil in the bank."
Right.
And but I mentioned this last night. And I don't know this for a fact, so let me put that out front. But I suspect, I'm put it that way, I suspect that the issues that you and I have with Scream 6's script. I mean, again, I enjoy the movie. I like
Mm-hmm.
it. It has good rewatchability.
Yeah.
For me, it really does. And so, I'm not dogging this film at all. I really enjoy it, but
Mm-hmm.
there are, let's just be honest, there are points in the script that just don't really add up. There's just a few
Mm-hmm.
every now and then something happens and it's like, wait a minute, that's not, and I give the example of when Bailey says, it's amazing what you can do with prosthetics and some fake blood.
Yeah.
I'm like, I cringe when I hear him say fake blood, dude.
Yeah.
That's just
Yep.
terrible. Don't say that. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you have access, you can get blood. You're killing so many people. I mean, you can have blood everywhere. I mean,
Right.
you know, bottle some of that junk up and take it and pour it around there. But
Right.
it's like fake blood. I'm like, really? That's something like teenager would write or something. I'm like, that's not,
Yeah.
you know. And here's the reason I bring this up. It's not to be negative, but it's to point out what my theory is. I think Night that some of that stuff in there like that
Mm-hmm.
is because they were hurrying. They
Yeah.
were in a rush. I
Yeah.
think Spyglass said, "Look, we're going to drop this movie in less than a year, and
Mm-hmm.
or well, basically a year away. But
Yep.
we need to start filming in June. We need this thing done ASAP. Write this as fast as you can write it."
Yep.
That's the way
Yep.
it feels to me. Like, because what happens when you rush.
Yeah.
You always miss stuff.
That's
Every
right.
time. No matter
It's
what our
true.
professions are, if we rushed at our job, there's going to be stuff that we miss. An I we didn't dot, a T
Mm-hmm.
we didn't cross somewhere, and that's what I feel about 6. There's I's that aren't dotted and T's that aren't crossed.
Agreed. Absolutely agreed.
Just my theory. I'm giving them a benefit of the doubt a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, but I think that there's probably a lot of meat on that bone because it was a really quick turnaround, man.
Really quick.
You remember? I mean, we used to talk about that all the time. It's like, I
Yeah.
mean, we were happy about it, but we were also like really, really like, wow, that's a
Yes.
really quick turnaround between these movies.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes the excitement can kind of trump the realization of, okay, well, this may not be that good for the movie itself. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
man.
saying? So
Yes.
so
And it's
definitely
almost
sometimes you
like
gotta wait.
I can picture him saying, we got to go big, like you said earlier. We listen to the fans, core
Mhm.
4. Excuse me. We've listened to the content creators,
That's right.
and so we're going to implement this stuff, character development, all that stuff we've been harping on.
Yeah.
But it's almost like they spent so much time focusing on those things that some of the other details, I think, took a hit a little
Yes.
bit because of it.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Absolutely agreed, man. Sir James, thank you so much for the super chat, man.
Yeah.
Seriously, appreciate it. You're always in here supporting, spewing the facts
That's
hot off the
right.
press. I really appreciate it, man. Seriously, it makes for such a much more fun live stream. It does, man. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You know what I can hear him saying?
What's that?
Treat your mother right. That's all I gotta say. Treat your mother right, people.
We haven't done that one in a while. All right, let's do it, man. Sir
Let's
James,
do it.
this one's for you.
Treat her right, treat your mother right. Treat her right, treat her right. Treat her right, treat your mother right. Treat her right, treat her right.
I love that you put that in there.
Yeah.
From the pain that you felt when I was gone.
I was gone. I want the remix. I want the full version, man.
Right? Oh my god, I remember one night when I played that. It was one of the first couple times I played it, and my brother Killian, he's sitting there in the behind,
Uh-huh.
in the backstage, and he's like just jamming out like this. I'm just cracking up, man. Oh man, I love having these good laughs, man. It's
Me
great.
too.
It is great. Val saying, thank you, Knight. I did see your comment. I truly appreciate it. Oh, love you both. We love you too,
Oh,
Val. Love
same
you
here,
too.
Val.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, look who's in the chat. Our good buddy Eric from Two
Hey, what's
Boys.
up,
What's up?
Eric?
Thank you so much for the super chat, brother. Saying starting the day off with Night is all right.
There it is. There it is.
Eric, Eric, you're all right, man. Seriously. And I just want to say, and we talked about it the other night on your 10K stream, but Eric's got a huge heart, man. He
He
really, really
does.
does.
He really
And
does.
it was very heartwarming and inspirational for me to be a witness to that
Mhm.
because obviously you being such an important and special person in my life to see other people not only acknowledging
Mm.
that but being a part of something that is truly special. It was just great, man. And
It
again,
was overwhelming for me. It really
yeah,
was.
yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, you
Yeah.
could just feel all the positive vibes,
Yep.
and, Eric was a huge part of that, and so, big shout out to
Oh,
Eric. Big shout out to Eric.
thank you, Eric. That was yeah, man. That was amazing. And then whenever he made the comment that there were others that wanted to contribute, but you guys had already reached the number you needed,
Yeah.
and there were others that were willing to help,
Yep.
which is, I mean, that's I was never in a million years think that or expect. I mean, I get tongue tied even now, like I was Saturday.
Yeah.
It's a little overwhelming to me, and
Yeah.
it's just all I can say is how thankful I am to everyone. That's just
Yeah.
unite everyone. You're a big part of it as well, and man, you always surprise me with stuff, and I never expected. Like, yeah, like when you sent me that clip, I thought I saw a funny super chat clip. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
great. I never thought anything more than that. I'm like, oh, I can't wait to see what this is going to be. What is this?
Yeah.
You're going to surprise me. And then when I turned it on, I'm like, oh, man, Night,
Yep.
you got me again, dude.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I was
anyway, I
the
won't
I was
go on and
I was
on,
the
but
delivery guy, but
yeah,
like I said,
still,
Eric, we had talked a lot, and Eric was like, "Well, how we gonna get it to him?" And he was like, "Well, what do you think?" And you know, I I, I had some ideas, and fortunately, one of them worked out pretty good. But he was right. There were a lot of people that we were talking to and saying, "Hey, we want to jump in on this," and we said, "Well, we've got a certain
oh,
time period that we got to do it in to make sure it can be
yeah.
done." And
Hmm.
Eric, to credit to him, was like, well, maybe we should you know um, keep the back door open for other people and this and that. And I said, hey man,
Yeah.
however you want to do it, because it's such a big thing, because we were so excited for you to see it.
Ah,
So,
man.
again, it was great to be able to have, people like Eric and Val and
Oh,
everyone else that was involved.
everyone.
Eric, Bearded Entertainment, Eric, just
Yes.
involved and just trying to help out in every way possible. It was a team effort, man. It was so cool.
Oh,
It really, really was cool.
so I'm still so grateful. It hadn't even been a week, and I'm still feeling the wave of last Saturday, man. And
Yeah, man. Yeah,
it's because
absolutely.
and Night, you're loved in the same way, man. And I know that it's like you never expect anything like
Right.
it's just surreal that when and you because we don't, I mean, to let everybody know, we're making content for you guys and trying to do our very best, but we never stop to think like this is making a difference in someone's life. Like that's not
Right.
how we think, it's just
Right.
not. And
Hmm.
it's why it's when someone makes a comment like that or to you or to me, it
Hmm.
really takes you back, man.
It
And
does.
it's like there's more to this than just talking about harmony. That's why I always say that we do life together because it is impacting lives,
Yep.
and we realize it when we're doing it half the time.
It's true, man. It
Yeah,
is so true. I mean, it's just like I said, it's something that has changed my life. It's
same.
something I never guessed I'd be a part of, and it's a special thing. It really, really is. No
It
doubt about
is.
it whatsoever. So,
Yeah.
hey, Caden, I hope you're
Hey.
doing good. saying, "I've always said for Scream 6 to come in 2025 or 26 for the 30-year anniversary. Waiting long isn't fun, but it'd be worth it for the movie to be even greater." Very true. Very true.
I
Eddie's
agree.
coming in. Super chat from
Ooh.
Eddie. All right.
All right,
Thank you
Eddie
so
and the
much,
Cruisers.
Eddie.
Let's go.
Yeah. Saw Friday 3D in 3D for the first time for Horror Film Fest in Fort Lauderdale. Quality,
Cool.
good, major bucket list item checked. Audience had a great time. Wow, that is
Well,
so
that's cool.
cool.
That is
Yeah,
neat.
man.
Knight, have you ever
Oh,
seen that in 3D? Did you ever when it came out?
no, I didn't
Or
see it in. Well, I wasn't.
well,
There
yeah.
would have been no way I would have been able to,
No,
But
no.
I've watched it, with friends on a big screen,
Mhm.
at a home with those 3D glasses,
Okay.
and it was okay. But I would have loved to gone to a theater or to go to a theater nowadays and see it. I'd be so up for that. Seriously, because I love
Yeah, man.
Friday 3. Oh my
Mhm.
gosh. But thank you so much, Eddie. We really appreciate that and appreciate you. And man, that is so cool that you got a chance to do that. Oh my gosh.
It is.
Wow. Let's see. Eric's the ones paying the paycheck have the final say, unfortunately. It's true.
That is very
It's true,
true.
man. Yep. Yep.
Those studio heads, like I know. Have you had a chance to see the assembly cut of Scream 3 yet?
I've seen bits of it.
Okay,
Yeah.
dude. When you get a chance,
Mm-hmm.
you got to just sit down and watch the whole movie from start to finish. There's
Mm-hmm.
so many nuances. I mean, I put a 30-minute video out this morning
Yeah, I
breaking
saw that.
down. Dude, I break down everything. I put screenshots. It took a lot. It took hours to make that video. But
I know,
but the
man.
reason I bring it up is there's a scene with Cotton in the intro, and I love the opening there. It's
Mm-hmm.
longer, much longer opening with Cotton, but I
Mm-hmm.
won't spoil it for you. I want you to see it. But there's one line where remember whenever he gets the call from the girl, the wrong number, he thinks she starts to flirt with them, remember?
Yep.
And he tells the person he's talking to, he says, "Hey, in the theatrical version, he's like, hey, I'll have to call you back," and,
Mm-hmm.
he hangs up. In this version, he says, "Hey, hang on a minute, I got Harvey on the other line. I got to call you back." I'm like, dude,
I like that.
that's so great, man. Of course,
Harvey.
Harvey. We
Yeah.
all know that like Scream 3 was like the Harvey movie
Yeah.
from and the fact that he had Harvey's name at the beginning
Mhm.
already,
Yeah.
and we know how the story of that movie is, and I'm telling you,
Heck yeah.
dude, Wes went for it. He didn't care. He's a 30-year legend, man. He's like, he's gonna
I
make that. He's
know.
doing it, man.
I know, and it's just crazy that, he and we saw that in so many of his films where he had to kinda wrestle,
Mhm.
to get things done the way he wanted them
True.
done. Can you imagine that? One of the greatest
No,
directors of all time.
it's
It's like,
horrible, dude. Horrible.
wow. My gosh.
I
Um
know.
Emperor Guyver's in the chat. What's up? Saying 6 had
Hey.
no excuse. Scream 2 is a year later as well and is still the best sequel. Ooh,
I
okay.
mean, look, and I hate to say this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. That is a great example of Wes Craven, Kevin Williamson,
Yeah.
Radio Silence guy, and James Vanderbilt. There's the
Yes.
difference. Wes and
Yes.
Kevin could pull off a movie in less than 1 year,
Yes.
and it's brilliantly made.
Mhm.
But
Good
not
point.
everyone is at that level, Night.
Mhm.
That's the difference.
Yep. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, Waffles. Good to see you. Good to
Hey,
see you. All right.
nice.
Eric
Syrup or
saying
butter? Do you like syrup or butter on your waffles, Night?
I got to do syrup, man.
Syrup.
Syrup.
Okay.
Yep.
All
Got
right.
to. And I love waffles too. I really do, man. It's one of my favorite breakfast dishes, man.
Do you like fruit
Uh,
in your waffles, like blueberry or anything, or do you like them
well,
just straight up?
there's times when I've done blueberries, but I've also done it where I have strawberries on top with some,
Oh,
a little bit
okay.
of, yeah. I
Yeah.
like that. I don't do that often,
Mhm.
but every once in a while it's nice. Man, I like to even have chicken and waffles. I mean, come on, man. So I can You
They don't have
know?
Chick-fil-A up there, do they? I don't think they have Chick-fil-A that
Yeah,
far, do
they
they?
do. Oh,
Do
yeah.
they? So you
Yeah,
know how they
bro.
serve. Yeah, they have them where you're at?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. I
Well, you
know.
know about that. They serve chicken for breakfast, chicken and
Yes, they
biscuits.
do. Yes,
Okay.
sir. Yes. You know, it's funny when I went to go visit my dad last year, and we had gone to this outing and so forth. So we said, "Well, we got to go get some breakfast." He's like, "Well, let's go to Chick-fil-A." He's like, "I heard
Nice.
they've got the chicken and the biscuits." I was like, "Oh yeah, that's
Yep.
right." And he had never
Mhm.
had it before, and
Oh.
man, he was just like in heaven. I'm like, right?
That's right. They do it
Yeah,
right, man. They do it
they
for I get
do.
for fast food, they do a good job.
Yes, they do,
They really
man.
do.
No
And they
doubt.
still are closed on Sundays, which is
Yep,
crazy because they make more money than many of these fast food chains that are open 7 days a week.
that's right.
And I just think that's really cool, man. It's really cool.
Yeah, I agree. I absolutely agree with you. And Eric, you're awesome, man. Seriously,
Oh,
much appreciated.
yes.
Wow, came into my life at the right time. You both are a huge inspiration to us all.
Oh,
Well, we get inspiration from all of you guys too. Seriously,
yes.
it's all a cycle.
It
Seriously.
is. It's like it goes both ways, man. It really
Hmm.
does.
Yeah, no
Thanks, Eric.
doubt.
That's very awesome. And I believe that, I don't believe in accidents. Like, I think timing is a thing. It's a
Hmm.
real thing. And so when I see something like that with that particular time, it was exactly what you needed. That to me, it's not an accident. I think that's
Yep,
awesome.
it's true. It's true. And Sir James coming back in
Sure,
with another super
James.
chat.
Feel
Thank you so
good.
much. That's right. Saying the studios know that this generation will watch anything compared to back in the day.
Well, I mean,
you know, sometimes there's some truth into that, I
there's some
think.
truth there. You're right.
I mean,
I don't know, Knight. Well, go ahead. Go ahead.
no, 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 no. You can go first. Go ahead. I want to
Oh,
hear your thought on it.
well, no, I was just trying to remember back like to the 80s and stuff. I mean, were we that picky then? I don't think we were that picky even back then. I think we were, if you liked a slasher, you just ate them up, man. Just I want to
Yeah,
see every one of them.
yeah,
Um, Now, as you get older, I found for me, being the old man of the collective, I feel like, looking back, I'm a lot more picky now, with my
yep.
time and what I watch. But I don't know, man. When I was young though, like, 20, 25 years ago, 30 years ago, I don't know, man. I probably would be guilty of that same thing at that time. Just my thoughts.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, I think it all depends, but I, you know, movies are a lot different today, And but then again, when we were younger, movies were different than they were back in,
Yeah.
the 50s and the 60s and the 70s
Mm,
and all that type of stuff, So I think it is a generational thing. But
yeah,
Sir
true.
James, thank you so much, man, for this super chat. We really, really appreciate you so much. And let's do something else here, man. This one is a good one from back in the day that I know Coriander hates, but I love it. I'm just gonna play this for the fun of it. Here we go.
Oh, let's go.
Wonderful beginning, which went like this.
Don't. No, stop. Oh my god.
Oh,
So that's what I'm
dude,
saying.
that's so good. That is awesome. She's like,
Oh
"Oh,
my god.
no." I love hearing her, "Oh, no."
Yeah. Man, when I did that, it was so cool because you gotta have those moments, and she had no clue I was gonna play it. Not only did I play it, but I was singing with it, and man, her reaction was priceless. It was
It
priceless.
was, dude. I love it.
Yep, absolutely. Thank you so much, Sir James. We really appreciate you, man. Um, Let me catch up a little bit more here. Let's see. Eric,
Wow.
oh,
Aw. Oh, that's right, man. That's true.
yeah, it's true, man.
Right now,
Yeah,
Night and I are roomies. We're roommates right now, man. We're sharing the same house. It's
that's
great.
right. It is cool though. I mean, and I think it makes it fun too, when you get a chance to hang out on, one of our
Mhm.
when you hang out here, I hang out on yours.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It really is.
It is, man.
And
So
Lord
fun.
knows we'd do it so much more if we had, the opportunities.
I know. Seriously, man. It's true.
It is
It's
true.
true.
Oh my
You know?
gosh.
And you know what we used to talk about all the time?
That's right.
You never know, man.
You
Never
never
know.
know. You never know.
Mhm.
What's up, Dominic? Good to see you, brother.
Hey, how you doing,
All
man?
right. Eddie coming in again. Thank you so much. $5
All
super
right.
chat saying six didn't raise the stakes. Lame how none of the four died. Had Mindy, Chad, and Gail died. Movie is the second best in the series. That good. Was so mad. Anyone else? Well, that's an interesting thing. Now, okay, so Stephen, I'll let you start off with that. If they had the more realistic
Mhm.
outcome for the core four, or I'll include Gale too. So we'll say
Okay.
five. Uh, would that have made it a better movie for you? And if so, why?
Okay. So well, in some ways it would have been a better movie because here's the reason why for me. In Scream 5, they took away one of my favorite characters of this franchise ever
Yep.
is Dewey. They took Dewey out, and I still don't watch that kill scene. Well, first of all, I really don't watch 5 anymore, to be honest with you. But if I do watch 5, I fast forward that whole thing. But the
Right.
point is, they claimed at the time they had to take out Dewey to raise the stakes
Mm-hmm.
so that fans know no one is safe. If Dewey can die, anyone can die. So they raise those stakes high. So what happens in 6? I'm going in saying, uh-oh, who are they going to do now? Who's going to die now that we're not expecting?
Mm.
Well, nobody did.
Right.
Kirby, Gale, and the core 4, no one died. So what they basically did was they undid all those stakes that they had raised with 5,
Mm-hmm.
and they undid it all and said, well, you know
Right.
what? No, we're back to now where everyone lives. In fact, we're going to give you the most ghost faces of
Mm-hmm.
any Scream film, and we're
Mm-hmm.
going to have the most survivors
That's
of any
right.
Scream film.
Yes.
I mean, come on, man. The math is backwards. It's backwards. We
That's right.
we it is. We should have lost a at least 1 or 2 core 4 members.
And
At least 1.
we thought we were going to lose one for sure. That's
Yes.
when we did
Yes.
our whatever you call it, our guesses and
Predictions. Yeah.
predictions. That's what we really thought was going to happen. We were like putting money on it. you know,
Basically, like,
Gosh.
yeah. Like Mindy's gone. Like there's no
Yeah.
way Mindy's surviving 6. There's
Mm-hmm.
no way,
Mm-hmm.
dude. And then Chad,
Oh,
and again, I love the character, but
I
here's the
do too.
thing. That's the reason you kill him.
Right.
It's like, look
Right.
what they did with Dewey. You love him, you kill him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That would have raised the stakes. If that dual ghost face attack would have killed him, they would have kept the stakes up, but just like
Right.
they did in 5 for me anyway.
Yep.
And you know what else? That would have been such an iconic kill.
It would
We'd be
have.
talking about that with Tatum and with Olivia and all the other big ones.
Mm-hmm.
But now we don't really talk about it that way. Now we're just like, when that was a really cool attack scene, but
Right.
it doesn't have the weight to it now because he
Yeah.
survived, Night.
Yeah. It's true, man. I mean, and I think that, and the other thing too, it's like it was two ghost face killers, man. If two ghost face killers can't kill you, what the hell is going on? What does that
Yeah,
say? I mean, like,
yeah,
I try not to think about it too much because it really is
right.
frustrating
It
because there
is.
was so much great stuff in that scene
Mhm.
because, everybody was kind of on edge. Jenna was reacting to it and you could kind of feel it because of their connection that they started to develop a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah.
And again, and for Mason, just the little things that he did, I felt so
Yeah.
bad for him when he was being attacked. I was like, "Oh my
I
god, it's
know.
gonna
It was
happen."
sad.
Two ghost face killers, two knife swipes.
Oh man.
But he survived. It's like, what the hell is going on here, man? I mean, but anyways,
Yeah.
gosh,
Well, like we
but
say, he's going to be
wow,
Terminator, Chad, and
he is.
I mean, he's got 24 stab wounds in less than in 1 year
I
time span.
know. It's crazy.
How's this guy
Crazy.
going to walk? How's this guy going to even
Right.
function, dude?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
I don't know.
but anyways, but Eddie, I agree with you as well. I think it definitely would have made it better, and I wouldn't have as many frustrations. I really wouldn't. So
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see who else we've got going on in here. Eric said just had some waffles with bananas and blueberries. Ooh, all right.
Oh, there you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah. Very cool. Um Jamie, she's always so funny. I don't do Chick-fil-A, but Mickey D's has a fantastic bacon, egg, and cheese bagel. That sauce they use is addictive. Oh wow. What kind of sauce is it? I haven't
I've
had
never heard
that.
of that.
What?
No.
A bacon, egg, and cheese on a bagel. Really?
Uh,
Wow.
that must be something they serve in different parts of the country. Sometimes have a sandwich or something that you don't get everywhere. The regional
Right.
stuff.
Yeah. Yep.
I've never
Yep.
heard of a sauce at McDonald's
Wow.
except for the Big
Wow.
Mac sauce.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Hey Gary, how's it going? Good to see you too.
Hey.
And Sir James coming in again with a super chat saying, I like Scream 2 better than the rest. Ooh, okay.
Wow. All right. Yeah.
Hey, I'm a big fan of Scream 2 as well. I
Yep. Me
know,
too.
I know our good buddy Jake has has some issues with it, but I really do enjoy Scream 2. I think that
Mhm.
they did a really good job continuing the story, but also layering it more. There was a lot of great things in Scream 2. And of course, with the relationships being stronger and getting to know
Mhm.
these characters more and so forth. It was some great stuff, man. Especially that scene. I love the scene in the car when Sydney and Nev Campbell was so good in that scene, trying to
Mm.
climb over Ghostface and just the
Oh,
way that it was shot and the cinematography. Like, even to this day, when I watch that scene, I'm still on edge, even though I know she
me
gets out of the
too.
car.
I'm the same way. That's
It's
awesome.
it's crazy.
I
Oh
know.
my god.
It's because West does such a great job of building that tension that
Yes.
even though we've seen the movie, we're still so involved in the movie that we're feeling it again.
Right.
It's a
Yep.
great. It's the rewatchability is insane on those Craven
Mhm.
movies.
Yep. True enough.
Man,
True enough. Thank you so much, Sir James. Seriously.
I got a
Um,
funny story night. If you want me to
sure.
share it,
Yeah.
this was Alan Robinson was the Ghostface in Scream 2.
Yep.
And him and I were talking. I'm going to have him back on the channel either in September or October. He's coming back,
Mhm.
and he's going to tell. He's got quite a few stories for Scream 2 that's never been told. That's never told to
Ooh.
anyone, and so they're going to be some exclusive stuff. He shared one thing with me that I'm going to share with you guys. Um, he told me that because he's the Ghostface in the car
Mhm.
whenever that they're doing the climbing scene. And he said he had just got through because he did all the driving stunts. And he's the one that's driving the car, all
Mhm.
that. So he said that they were done with the driving stunts. The car was parked. So he went and he took out of his protective gear, his
Mhm.
pads, all the stuff he wore to protect. And part of his protective gear was a cup
Mhm.
that he would wear, in his groin, right? We all
Mhm.
know what I'm talking about,
Yep.
to protect that area. So he took all that stuff off, and then they said it was like 3 or 4 in the morning, and it was to shoot, and they shot that scene with climbing over. It was really late or really early, however you look at it. So he said, I was sitting there, I was tired, and he said I was in that seat and I could not move. So I
Mhm.
couldn't make a sound and I couldn't move. I had to be still and silent. Well, he says when Nev they did one take and something happened and it didn't work. So they did a second take, which is the one that's in the movie. And he
Mhm.
said when she's climbing over me, he
Oh
said,
no.
when she pushes down on his groin and full weight pressure pushing down to climb out, she was on everything. And he said, I was dying. He said, I was laying there, my eyes were closed, I couldn't make a sound, I couldn't move. And he said
Whoa.
her full body weight was pressing down there to climb out of that window.
Oh my
And he
gosh.
said, I thought I
Oh.
was, he said, I thought I was gonna die. And he said, when that scene got done, Nev came over because they had more stuff to film. They had to keep
Right.
filming shots till dawn. And
Mhm.
so he said Nev came over and she's like, "Was everything okay? I didn't hurt you or anything, did he?" He's like, "No, you did great. You did great."
Oh,
What he told her.
what a pro, what a pro.
So that's a
Oh,
little tidbit now. So when you watch Scream 2 again now,
yeah.
you know that he that is happening to him when you're watching that movie.
Wow. That is
But
crazy, man.
but he held his composure and didn't move a muscle.
Well,
Just
it just shows, first of all, how professional he is.
that's
It
right.
also shows also, and we love Nev, but it shows how kind that she is on set, man. I mean,
That's right.
that's very kind of her to even ask,
That's true, man.
and double check with,
Mhm.
her co-stars and stuff. Wow, that's awesome.
That is, and that was the 3rd movie. I
Wow.
mean, that was huge, man. That was like she's the star of the franchise. You know, if
Mm,
anyone's gonna be a diva,
right.
it could be her. But yeah,
Right.
no, she came over. She's like, "Are you okay? I hurt you? I didn't hurt you or anything, did I? Or did I hurt you?"
Oh
And he was like,
man.
"No, you did great." And
Wow. That is
they
something
got
else, man.
they got the shot, man. Yeah.
They got the
So
shot. That's all that
they got the shot. That's why he was
that's
worried
all that
about.
counts. We got
Yes.
the shot. I
That's
love it.
right.
Uh, speaking of
Uh,
what people got, Jamie's got the ingredients here, or the description saying the sauce is some kind of tangy dill sauce on the bagel
ah,
sandwiches. She said sandwiches at
sandwiches.
McD's.
I
I
like
love it
that.
so much that during COVID I tried to make it at home.
Wow, that must
Wow.
be really good.
Wow. Man, you got me thinking about it now. I want to try to get one of those. Seriously.
Yeah.
She said
But
I
that
got
also sounds
close.
like the Big Mac sauce too. You could almost
I
describe the Big Mac sauce like that.
I love Big Mac sauce, man. You know what I've done, or what I do whenever I do get stuff there,
Mhm.
is
Yeah.
I get Big Mac sauce on the side.
Oh,
Yeah.
get a little
For
cup
my
of it, man.
fries. Yeah, they give you a little cup,
Ah,
man. I use it for my
yeah.
fries. It's crazy.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah. Oh man. Catch you later, Caden. Thanks for
See you,
hanging
Caden.
out, man. Seriously.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Um, let's see. Now I want to backtrack a little bit because we also had another super chat that came in from Eric. Thank you so much, Eric. Saying, what will be the recipe of success for Scream
Oof,
7?
boy,
Wow.
man.
We got a laundry list here.
I don't know. I know. Where do you begin with that? That's a lot of stuff, man.
Well, if so, I'll give a very simple
Okay.
answer. I mean, I think the biggest thing is for them to, first of all, that it's well constructed,
Mm,
right? As
yes.
far as the writing, as far as the directing, which we think that's going to be, handled very well with Christopher Landon. Um, but the story, you know what I mean? The story has to be something that we can really be on board with. And that includes all these little things that we've just talked about, like who should be able to survive what, and motive, and how, the reveals happen and stuff like that. And it's funny because so many of the movies in the franchise can nail most all of these different boxes, so I'm just hoping that with 7 that we can finally, like, really, operate on all cylinders. I'm not saying that it's going to be, the best sequel, or that it's going to be better than the original, but if
Mhm,
it can come in with a good story, good kills, a great motive and reveal, and some things that we
mhm.
are shocked by and amazed by story-wise, that's all I can really hope for,
Yeah,
you know?
I agree. To me, that's the most important part right now. is a really good story and script. That's what I want, because I'm not worried about the actors
Mhm.
or Christopher Landon. The thing I'm concerned about is how strong is the writing, the story going to be. And I want a good mystery again. I want
Yeah.
like the old Screams where you're really like even Scream 3. What a great mystery. You're
Mhm.
getting these pictures left behind of Maureen, and you're like, I killed her. Like,
Yeah.
who? Who
Yeah.
is it? It's just
Right.
a good mystery. You don't, you're anticipating the reveal because you want to know who it is.
Right.
And I feel like that we've missed that in the last two.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
that's what I want to see, Night, for me, for the recipe. Good story and a good mystery.
That's a great point. The mystery thing, and two boys. Thank you so much. We appreciate you, Eric. Seriously, thank you so much for not only the super chat
Yeah.
and the support and friendship, but also you always have good questions. They're always really, really
Always.
good, man. Love it. Um, but you're right. Having a mystery, like going into 6, like Bailey was already on everybody's radar. Everybody's radar. You know what I'm saying? And
Yes.
it, you know, I mean, I remember one of the promotional trailers or spots um, featured Kirby saying something like it was a countdown of sorts or something like that. And then you
Okay.
had Dermot that said something like, but who's going to be one or who's going to be last or something like that.
Oh
And it's the
gosh.
way he said it. And it was just like, bro, can we not give away that you're Ghostface? Come on, man. I
Yes.
mean, so I guess what I'm saying, I'm ranting, but I guess what I'm saying is that I would love a great mystery as well. I would love, like I
Ouch.
said, man, when
Yeah.
you watch the original,
Hmm.
even 3, 4 for sure,
Oh
it was
yeah,
just
man.
like your jaw gets dropped when you're like,
Mm,
what? That's the
exactly.
killer? What?
That's
So
right.
anyways, I'm
I
hungry
missed
too,
that.
Jamie.
And last night on the stream, I was reminded. I kind of forgot it for a minute, but Chris
Hmm.
reminded me. He's like, well, Craven, you called McDermott
Hmm.
as being a ghost face months before the movie came out.
Yep.
When in that interview, and when he said it, I remembered it. Knight, do you remember the interview was published? And I did a whole
Yes.
video on it
Yep.
where he comes out and he says, I'm so happy and I'm excited to be a part, and I get to be the, and then he stopped
Mhm,
in the
mhm.
movie. And I said, "Oh
Yep.
no." I think he was almost said, "I get to be the
The
killer, a
killer.
killer or a ghost face."
Mhm.
And I was suspicious then, and I'd forgotten about that, but he did say that, dude, and it turns out I
Yep.
was right on that. I said, "I think it's what he's saying." I don't
Yeah.
know,
He
but it
they should
sounds
they
like
should they shouldn't have had him do anything. You remember when he talked about how he had to watch, uh, what did he
4,
say? He had 4,
4 and
you
5.
know? Yeah,
Yep.
to I forgot how he worded it, but
I had to
basically he was saying
research.
too much. He was just saying way too much.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
like, "Bro, don't talk." It's like
Don't
but
talk.
anyways, I'd love to have a good mystery, man. I really would.
Yes.
Kabil's in the chat. What's going on? Saying, who do you want them to cast for 7? Oh man, that's a we could be going on for days on that one. He says, I want to see Sadie Sink, Zachary Arthur
Mm.
from the Chucky series, and Sydney Sweeney. Now, Sadie Sink, let me just say, and I'm a huge Stranger Things fan. I
Mhm.
would absolutely love to. I want to see her in
Yeah.
everything. Okay, that's
Yeah.
number one. Okay, she is
Yeah.
awesome. I think she'd be great in Scream. That'd be fun. Um,
Yeah.
but it's always for me, it's always tough because sometimes you want to have people come in that but there's been many times, especially with the older movies, that it was great seeing, actors that weren't on your radar that you maybe didn't know or didn't
Mhm.
know a lot of their work. And then that way you didn't have any preconceived notions of who they might be or if they are a killer or if they're going to be a victim. So I can see kind
Yeah.
of both sides of that. What do you think, Stephen?
Yeah, I agree. The problem is, and a good example is my nephew, who is not a horror movie fan. at all. But he goes and sees all the movies that come out because he just
Mhm.
likes to watch movies. So he told me, he said, before the movie came out, Scream 5, I'm talking about, before Scream 5 came out, we
Mhm.
were talking. He says, well, you know, one of the killers is going to be Jack Quaid. You know that,
Mhm.
right? I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, dude, he's the biggest star. You know, look, it's Jack Quaid. You
Mhm.
know, there's no way they're going to bring him in and he's not, and it's not the killer. Dude, he called it. He called
Yep.
it, and he's not even a horror fan.
Mhm.
And so the risky thing is if you bring in a Sadie Sink, unless she's the opening kill like Samara Weaving was,
Mm.
which, you know,
Mm.
you could do, but if you
Mhm.
bring in Sadie Sink as part of the friend group, she's my number one. She's my number one suspect. Now,
Right.
of course, you subvert expectations. You don't make her the killer.
Right.
That's how you would. That's the smart way to do it.
Right.
But the Hollywood tradition seems to be the big name star or the higher ranked, if you will, actor or
Mhm.
actress is sometimes going to end up being the killer in
Yep.
these things.
Yep.
Scream 1 broke the formula altogether.
Right.
But you know, anyway, so that's my concern is if she's in the movie for more than the opening, I'm going to be afraid she's the killer like Jack was in 5.
Right.
And that's all. But I would love to see her in the movie. I really would.
Yeah.
She's a great actress.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you're right. It's like, you don't wanna be able to guess it that easily, you know?
No.
I wanna be surprised, but anyways, yeah, it's a tough situation, again, we talked about that being like, on the collective, we've talked about it, that's a big advantage of the franchise,
Mhm.
and it's also a disadvantage because as soon as they get that
Yeah.
cast out, y- fans, and we'll be doing it. We'll be trying to figure out who's the killers and who the victims are. You
That's
know,
right. Oh yeah.
so yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. Eric saying to Jamie, Knight needs to open up a horror cuisine, food and horror
Ah.
movies playing in the background, bro. I kid you not,
Oh.
and that's restauranting and stuff like that's not my forte, but I've thought about that. That would be so cool because you know how like Planet Hollywood back in the day,
Mhm.
how they were
Mhm.
kind of set up. I always thought to myself, man, you gotta have like horror themed stuff.
You
You know what I mean?
could.
And that would be so freaking cool, man. Oh my
You,
gosh.
you could have a scream room, a nightmare
Hmm.
room where you're playing
Yes.
the movies while you go in and sit down and eat. Yeah.
Hmm.
That's a really
Oh
cool idea.
man. Yeah. And Gary said this is gonna be called the Nightcap Cafe. I love that. That's awesome. Thanks, Gary. Yeah, Jamie, I adore Sadie Sink too. She's so
Yeah.
awesome. She really
She
is.
is. Yep.
And Jamie thought that Jack Quaid was going to be the killer too. Yep, yep.
Mm.
He was great in the movie, but
I
yeah,
loved him. He was great.
yeah. Troy's in the house. What's up? Saying can't stay since I'm currently working. Just wanted to say what's up, Night and Craven. I'll give the
All
stream a
right.
rewatch later. Much love to you both. Thank you so
Aw.
much.
You too, Troy.
Much appreciated.
Yeah.
Eric saying Samara Weaving was a giveaway. It was, man. I
Oh
was
yeah.
so
Yeah.
God, man. You remember how dejected I was as soon as we found out she was
That
in.
was it.
I was like, "Oh my God, our biggest fears have come true. They're gonna kill Samara Weaving
Yep.
at the beginning of this damn
That's it.
movie,
I
man."
knew it was opening kill all the way. And then when we
Oh,
got those 2 photos of her, the only photo we ever got, she was in that dress, never
yep,
nothing else. And
yep.
I'm like, "Oh, it's done. It's a done deal."
And I know they've got to promote the movies, and I know you've got to use the star power that's there. You
Yeah.
got Samara Weaving on this movie. You got to use the star power too. But I just wish, and I know it's a foolish wish, and it's not going to happen, but I
Yeah.
just wish that they could have not have done those types of things and don't do those
Me
types
too.
of things because it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure it out, man. And we knew it.
No.
We knew it before she was cast, when she got cast, when we saw the pictures, and when we saw the trailer. You remember when we broke down the
Mm.
trailer, which was so much fun. We were like
Yes.
doing this
Oh,
huge community thing. Hey, I'll be on your channel. We'll do it on your channel
yes.
too. We'll do it. But we
It's
saw the
great.
images of the alleyway,
Mhm.
and we had also seen that shot of Ghostface in the alley killing. It didn't take
We
a
knew
rocket
it.
scientist. We knew it.
We knew it then.
We knew it, and we didn't
Yeah.
even have to work hard for it.
No.
You
I'm like,
know?
they need to give us more credit than that, man. They got it.
Right?
They really do. I mean,
Right?
yeah, you got a picture of her in the alley, and then we have the killer in the alley with the same buildings.
Yes.
It's obvious she's dead, man.
Yes.
She's not gonna make it.
That's right. That's
You know,
right.
she ain't, as Joel said, she ain't in the union no more.
That's right. Oh my god. Now,
Uh,
look, now we are coming up on 2 hours here, man. And
yeah.
first of all, I just wanted to check in with you because I didn't tell you we were gonna be going for 2 hours, but did you have to get going soon? Because I wanna make
I
sure that
got a
you do
little
what you
bit
gotta
more
do.
time. I can probably go 15, maybe 15 more minutes.
Okay. All right. I just wanna
Yeah.
make sure that, because I know you got stuff you got to do as
Yeah.
well.
Sure.
Um For you guys in the chat, definitely if you'd like to send any more questions our
Yeah.
way, we'd love to see it. But this is
Mhm.
one thing that I wanted to pull up. I was thinking of doing this earlier, and we just got so excited and into so much of this conversation with the great news of
Mhm.
the con coming up and
Oh,
hopefully
yeah.
doing some fun stuff with that. But I wanted to bring up something that I know you really enjoy,
Mhm.
and it is a tier list.
Oh, fun.
Now, obviously, we're not going to get too far into this, but this is going to be something that I'm going to hopefully be able to continue next Thursday. But
Okay.
this is a tier list with a whole slew of amazing films.
Ooh.
And for you guys in the chat, we always love having you guys a part of this. But look at these films, bro. I mean, there's
Mm.
tons of them, tons. So,
Wow.
what I think we would do
Okay.
is, since you only have a little bit of time left, and I also wasn't going to be going for very long either, um, is to go through some of these films
Yeah.
and put them in a category, man. We've got
Yeah.
5 categories. We've got the masterpiece category, which of course, is
Mhm.
explanatory. You can understand what that's all about. The really good, the
Okay.
okay, the dark territory, meaning that it is not a good movie, and then, of
Okay.
course, the haven't seen, I have no opinion on it.
Okay. Got it.
All right.
Love it,
So
dude. Yeah.
so how about this? How about if we'll make this kinda easy, and for you
Okay.
guys in the chat, definitely let us know what you think too. We'll just kinda go on down the line here
Mhm.
and see what you think. I'll throw my
Sure.
opinion in as well. But the first movie on the list is 10 Cloverfield Lane, which
Ooh.
was a really interesting sequel to Cloverfield with
Yes.
Mary Elizabeth Winstead and the great John Goodman.
Man.
What category would you rank that for, Steven?
Man, I'm going really good for me. That was a very good film. And it just goes
Okay.
to show like one location, essentially a one location film,
Mhm.
and you don't have a lot of bells and whistles. But
Right.
what you don't, and it's dependent upon the execution of the actors to make that work.
Mhm.
And dude, it works. John Goodman, he is so versatile.
Mhm.
And he's kind of I think he's in a lot of ways, he's a little under the radar, man. Like
I
he's,
agree.
like I don't ever hear many people talking about John Goodman when we're talking about the great actors, but
Mhm.
the guy can act, dude, and
Mm.
his performance, all of them were good in that film. There's whatever it's like two or three other people, I think it was.
Yeah.
That was it.
Mhm.
Uh, anyway, my point is, I thought it was a very good movie, and the whole time had me wondering, is this guy insane
Right.
or is he perfectly sane?
Yes.
And I loved that, and we didn't find out till the end which it was.
Yeah. No, it
So,
it was really filled with tension and
yes.
atmosphere. It really
Oh, it
was.
was.
There's no doubt.
Whew.
Oh my god. Um
And
now
oh, by the
I'll
way, Matt, can I just say one thing on this movie?
sure.
I
Yeah,
saw that Ty hasn't seen any of the Cloverfields. You don't have to see the first one to see 10
right.
Cloverfield Lane. You don't.
That's right.
Um, You can watch that one on its own standalone. And I want to just tell you, if you haven't seen it, you need to move it up way up on your watch list. It's really a good movie. I think
Yes.
it's really really good.
I agree. I agree. It was, and I'll just say, I'll just get mine out of the way too. I'll say really
Yeah.
good as well,
Okay.
because everything you said was spot on. John Goodman was just amazing, and just the tension, like you just had
Oh,
no clue. You
nope.
had no clue, and I don't want to give it away because I just
Mm-mm.
saw Val hasn't seen it. Val, this
Oh,
is a great movie. Maybe we'll have to do it for a watch party or something,
I
man,
think
because
we should.
it was so good. It was
Hmm.
so freaking good.
I
All
would love to
right.
see it again too, Night. We should totally do it.
Yeah, man. We'll talk
Yeah.
backstage maybe. Hey, you know
Okay.
how it is with us. Um,
I do.
but yeah, it is so good. All right. So
Oh,
we're putting that in the really good. Um, Next up we got Reanimator from
ah, ah,
1985. Reanimator. With just horror royalty in my
yeah.
estimation. You got Jeffrey Combs and you got Barbara Crampton, the great Barbara Crampton.
Yeah.
What do you think about Reanimator?
Well, that movie was something else, man. I remember the watch party we had because I'd never
Yes,
seen it, and
yes.
I remember that one scene when they're in the towards the end. I'm like, he's not going there, Night. There's no way he's gonna go there. And you're like, oh yeah, buddy, he's going there. I said, no, don't
Oh
do
my
it.
god.
You know, okay, that type of horror is entertaining, but it's
Yeah,
not my go-to. It's like that's
yeah.
not a movie I'm gonna watch all the time, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
just personal preferences here. But I
Mm-hmm.
enjoyed watching it, and and it was so much fun watching it with you,
Mm-hmm.
Coriander, the watch party. So for me, I'm gonna put Reanimator as okay. Not because it's a
Okay.
bad movie, but
Mm-hmm.
because it's not a movie that I will probably watch again unless it's a watch party. So
It's a great movie for watch party
it's
too, man.
perfect for a party.
When
Yes.
it got to that scene, I was like, I was waiting for it because I knew you'd be like, "What the heck is going on?" And it was hilarious. Like, I want to go
Yes.
and watch the watch party of it again because the reactions
It's
were
true.
great. Oh my god, man.
Yes.
Uh, Jamie says it's a masterpiece. I saw it in the theater, and it's one of my favorite 80s staples. All right.
Okay. There you go.
Very cool. Jason has not seen it.
Oh,
Whoa.
oh boy.
Whoa. Wow. You've got to see it. You've got to see it. You've got to see it. Mayanne hasn't seen it either.
Oh
Oh,
my
guys.
gosh.
See, that's why I love talking about
Uh,
especially the old school movies. And when I say old school, I'm only talking about like the 80s, 70s and 80s. But,
Of course. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
films that, at least for me that I've seen and that I know that a lot of people may have missed, but it's always so cool to talk about them to get the word out, you know?
It is, man. It
Yeah.
really is.
Mhm.
Like it's
Yep.
kind of like what I'm doing with the Wes Craven films. I'm getting these more obscure movies,
That's
if,
right.
if you will.
Mhm. Yeah, man, because I'm sure there are a lot of people that haven't seen, The Serpent and the Rainbow or Deadly
Hmm.
Blessing or Deadly Friend,
That's right.
and, it's to me, it's also and Val was saying Reanimator is okay. Okay, Val. Um, to me, it's also like not a history lesson, but you're learning about the roots of horror, you know?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. Eric saying Reanimator is not a bad watch. No, it's not. It's not. All right. Now I'm gonna say that we're gonna put this in okay. We're gonna put
All
this in
right.
okay
Yeah.
based upon the haven't seens, and we got a masterpiece. I would have said it's really good. I would
Okay,
have
that's what I was
almost said
wondering.
I would have almost said masterpiece, but there's a reason I'm not saying masterpiece. But I love Reanimator. It's a comfort watch for me. It really, really
Okay,
is.
then. All
Yeah,
right.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay. Next up, we got the Lost Boys. The
Oh man.
Lost Boys. What do you think?
You know, uh, I'm not. Again, it comes down to our personal preference. I'm not
Mhm.
a big vampire guy. I've never
Mhm.
have been. And I enjoyed Wes Craven's new Nightmare when I did, but now Wes Craven's Dracula 2000, Patrick Lucier's first movie to direct, I enjoyed that because it was a really interesting twist on the origin of Dracula. But I do like the Lost Boys is great. The cast is all-star. It's an all-star cast.
Oh yeah.
Most are going to put that as a masterpiece film, and I absolutely understand why. Well, I guess if I'm looking at where does it stand in horror, it would probably I have to put it as a masterpiece. My personal preference would be really good, but I think masterpiece is where I'm going to put it because it truly was it still is an iconic standard of the 80s and vampire movies. So it's got to be a masterpiece for me.
All
Out
right.
of respect.
Very, very cool. And looks like we got a lot of people that agree. Jason is saying masterpiece. Val is saying masterpiece. Eric is saying masterpiece. Wow, we got everyone's like
Dang.
masterpiece. It is. I agree, man. It's a fantastic movie. Just so many great things going on. A great cast, like you said. It stands the test of time. They put a twist on vampire lore. It's totally 80s, but yet it transcends the 80s. To me, it's just so good. It really is. Jamie also saying The Lost Boys is a masterpiece. Yeah. Yes.
Well,
yes.
you know what
yes.
sealed it for me, Knight, to make it a
What's that?
masterpiece? It would had to be the oiled up saxophone player. That
Right.
that did it, man. That pushed it over the top. I still believe.
I still believe.
Dun, 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 dun. Great song. I just did not realize he was an oiled up sax player. I didn't know that.
That's right. Oh my god. And yeah, Jamie, it's one of the best horror soundtracks, no doubt. No doubt at all. Yep. Ty saying Lost Boys is okay to me, not big on vampires either, and it's not scary in my opinion. Ooh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Now see, when I first saw it, I was a kid, I was really, really young. So to me, yeah, it freaked me out, But I also have I have an interesting history with vampires in general because growing up, and a lot of times I go over to my grandmother's house, and she used to watch older movies, and that's where I really got introduced to Universal monsters, old school Dracula, Frankenstein, and of course Christopher Lee's Dracula. So Dracula as an icon, as a character, has always held weight for me. So anytime I would see vampire films as a kid, it usually it at least creeped me out, if not scared me. So, and I think that's the interesting thing too, is that when people see movies, that a lot of times will shape their perception, as well as their enjoyment.
Yeah, that's right, man.
Yeah. And Jamie's also a fan of Tim Capello.
That's Tim Capello. That's him. Yep.
Yes. Okay. And I think we got time for a couple more here. Next up, we got Young Frankenstein, Mel Brooks, Young
Oh my
Frankenstein,
gosh.
starring the legendary Gene Wilder. Rest in peace to Gene Wilder. I absolutely love Gene Wilder.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Young Frankenstein?
Man, I'm gonna give Young Frankenstein a really good for me. I thought it was a really great movie. It was really funny. So yeah, I don't think for me, I don't think it's a masterpiece level, just personally. However, it's really, really good. So that's where I think I'm gonna put it, man. Really good.
All right. Jason coming in quick, saying masterpiece. All right. May has not seen it. Man, this is another one to put on your list. It's a fantastic comedy. Obviously, it's spoofing Frankenstein, so you do get a little bit of the horror elements, but it's more of a spoof. But it is a comedy that to me has stood the test of time.
Yeah.
Jamie saying it's my favorite comedy of all time. Wow, I didn't know that.
Wow. Yeah.
See, That's so cool. Like every once in a while when you find out these types of things from folks. I did not know that, Jamie. That's pretty cool. She's saying masterpiece. Val saying really good. All right. Frankenstein was one of Wes Craven's favorite movies. Yes.
Nice.
Yes. Wes definitely was a big fan of old school.
That's
And
right.
Eric is saying it's entertaining. So it looks like we would put that into really good if we kind of take everyone's votes. We're going to go into really good for Young Frankenstein.
Okay.
Okay. Now, I'm going to go to one more, and then,
Yeah.
Stephen, we're going to get ready to let you go.
Okay.
The Witch. Have you seen The Witch?
I've never seen it, man.
Ah, that's right. That, oh my gosh, that could be an interesting watch party for a different reason than something like Reanimator. For you guys in the chat, let me know what you think of The Witch. Me personally, I think it was so atmospheric, so creepy. The cast, I think, did such a great job because it takes place, back in the day. And I'm talking like way back in the day when you're talking about the frontiers and stuff like that. Um,
Mm.
but it was creepy as hell. I think it was really well done. Definitely a
Okay.
movie to check out, no doubt at all.
All right.
May's going with masterpiece. All right. Val's never seen it. Oh, Val. Ooh. Jason says really good. Eric hasn't seen it. Jamie says it's okay. She said it's is okay to really good. So it's like in between okay to really good. Jamie. That's too funny. Oh my god. All right. Well, look, I think that would put it into I guess that would make it okay, I guess, if we take everyone's average. We'll put it there. I had an interesting thing I wanted to do with a
Yeah.
handful of these movies once we put them into categories, but we'll continue that for next week, or I
Okay.
will be continuing that next week. Ty is saying The Witch is okay, well made, just boring as heck. Oh,
Oh, wow.
okay. All right. And Friday's in the chat. What's up, Friday? Saying it's a slow burn masterpiece of pilgrim horror genre and Anya Taylor-Joy. And Anya Taylor-Joy was fantastic in this movie. I mean,
Okay.
seriously, and I've said this on multiple live streams and videos. She's definitely an actress that I absolutely love. As far as modern actresses, she's just so good in everything she does. All right.
Wow.
All right, guys. Well, look,
Nice.
thank you so much for hanging out with us this morning. It's always fun to just hang out with you guys in the community, and just
Sure is.
talk and just have good laughs. And Stephen, obviously, being able to be here was fantastic. It was not
Oh,
planned, and
nope.
he was gracious enough to join us
Oh,
and fit us into his busy day. And I
wow.
appreciate you, man.
I appreciate you. I'm glad that I could do it, and it was a great time as always, man. It's such a great way to start the day, and I'm telling
Yeah,
you, man, tomorrow morning we're gonna do it again, starting our day
that's
off
right.
together, and
That's right.
wow, it's awesome, man. Makes for a great
And
rest of the day.
yeah, and I'm so excited because I don't remember Deadly Blessing that much. I know I saw it as a
Good.
kid, but I don't remember it. So it's going to be another one of those situations where
Mhm.
I get to reintroduce myself to a Wes Craven movie, and that's a great thing to do.
Heck
Um,
yeah.
so for you guys that are here, definitely make sure you hang out with us on Steven's channel tomorrow morning to watch Deadly Blessing. It's going to be so much
Yes.
fun. It'll be a blast. It really, really will.
Yes. Hope
Um,
everyone will come. 10 a.m. Central, 11 a.m.
yes,
Eastern.
yes, 10 a.m. Central, and that's 11 a.m. Eastern. And I've got Steven's link. It's going to be in the description.
Thank you.
And yeah, just make sure you come and hang out with us. It's going to be so much fun. Thank you too, Jason. We appreciate
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
He says, I'm
Thanks,
so
buddy.
bummed I have to work and I'll miss Deadly Blessing. I've never seen it.
Oh,
Oh, well, you have to
dang.
catch the replay.
Definitely
And
watch that replay, Jason, for sure.
yeah, cue up
Yep.
the movie, put the
Yep.
replay on, and watch it. It'll be like you're watching it with us.
That's right.
Yeah. Absolutely. All right, guys. Well, hey, we hope you guys have a good day.
Yes.
Don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment, and get ready to hang out with us tomorrow on Steven's channel. And we will catch you guys later. If you're watching this, if you're listening to this, you are the Night Watch. Peace.
Bye, guys.